I was chief of operations at the Counterterrorist Center when 9/11 happened. I had just taken over like 4 or 5 months before. I was overseas in a radical Muslim country where I was a chief of station. And 9/11 happened, and everybody's hair is on fire. But about 4 or 5 months into this thing, I was sitting down with Kofor and Ben Bonk. Kofor was the chief of CTC, and Ben was his deputy. And I told him, I said, look, we're missing the ball here. We're fighting these guys in Afghanistan, but they are all over the world, and those are the ones that are important. One thing that I learned in my Latin American counterterrorism tour, which I can't mention the country, but it's you could read it, is that you don't go after the shooters. They're a dime a dozen, and they're dumber than crap. You don't go after the heads of an organization because A, sometimes they're political. B, they're very hard to get. And 3, all these organizations are hydras. Somebody else will pop up, if not 2. I learned that what you do is you attack the soft underbelly of terrorism, and that's their support mechanisms. They're lawyers, they're doctors, they're facilitators, the guys who move the money, the couriers. So my plan was not a kill them all and let God sort them out. On the contrary, I'm not that kind of person. Some people think I am. Am I capable?
I was going to say, I think I read somewhere like somebody said, well, you say that, but some people will think like, oh man, where'd this guy come from? And it's like, well, that's what we do in war, right?
Exactly. And that's the irony of it. Well, this particular, the plan was simple. Give me 30 names of bad guys worldwide. Some narco-terrorists, terrorists, whatever you want. And we put them on the books. We send our guys and gals out to do surveillance on them, just like Billy did in Khartoum against bin Laden. We establish the patterns of life. We know what cars they drive, what boyfriends they have, whatever the heck it is. And then we devise 3 operational plans for that individual. 1, compromise them through planning stuff in their car and calling the cops, something that's simple. Rendition operation. And if legalized by the president's signature, take direct action. Well, that wasn't like let the bodies hit the floor. On the contrary, the idea was to have these names on the wall. And then when you had chatter, like what we had before 9/11, imagine what would have happened if I would have had that team in August that I could have said, take 3 of these guys down. All of a sudden, 3 major figures in 3 different parts of the world get neutralized one way or the other. The first thing that they're going to do is hit the brakes. We've been penetrated.